Three controversial bills passed the second reading late Tuesday in an extended legislative session. Proposed by the opposition, the bills seek to expand the powers of the Legislative Yuan. Opposition lawmakers are pushing for a final vote on the bills by next Tuesday. The ruling DPP says it will keep trying to delay the vote through the use of procedural rules.
各位委员辛苦一天了，祝福大家晚安。现在散会。
At 11:45 Tuesday evening, Speaker Han Kuo-yu finally adjourned the legislative session. Throughout the day, the DPP had used procedural rules to delay deliberations on the opposition's bills, which aim to expand parliamentary powers.
我们灵活的议事策略的使用。
We used legislative procedures strategically to prevent the KMT and TPP from rushing the bill through their second and third readings.
如果像正常没有
If proceedings unfold with no physical altercations, handling the bill should take another dozen hours. I hope that the 5 legislative reform bills will be passed by next Tuesday.
One bill that passed the second reading seeks to criminalize contempt of the legislature. On Wednesday, an official said the legislation makes him more cautious about speaking his mind during question and answer sessions.
我是一个蛮轻松、很爱开玩笑的人。
I'm quite laid back and I like cracking jokes, but when I come to the Legislative Yuan in the future, I think I'll have to be more serious. We'll provide every detail we can. The only way to face the Legislative Yuan is openly and honestly.
Under the bill, government officials cannot engage in, quote, counter-questioning. They also may not refuse to answer questions, decline to provide information, or obstruct legislative proceedings. If they do, and at least 5 lawmakers at the session sign a complaint petition, the Legislative Yuan can mete out fines of between 20,000 and 200,000 NT. The fines can be imposed multiple times.
请问反质询的定义是什么？
When you ask KMT lawmakers about the definition of counter-questioning, they mumble and stammer but fail to give an answer. In the future, if officials don't agree with the opinions of the legislature or if they challenge those views, they could be considered to be obstructing proceedings and face fines. Is this really legislative reform? Or is this a legislative cultural revolution, as a lot of people are saying?
Another bill aims to strengthen the legislature's powers of investigation. The DPP has condemned the proposal, demanding that it be returned to committee for a fresh review.
The bill is far too controversial. For the first time ever, the legislature would be granting itself the power to punish citizens. For people who studied law like us, having a legislature that can issue administrative fines is unheard of. The bills make it so that anyone in society related to their investigations must comply. If they ask you for information, you can't refuse, or you'll face a fine, or even multiple fines. It would extend to journalists too. We should all stand up against this.
If the bill passes, the Legislative Yuan would be allowed to establish investigative committees and request documents from government agencies, private entities, and individuals. Non-compliance could lead to fines of up to 100,000 NT. Last month, the European Chamber of Commerce's flagship magazine urged multinational companies with operations in Taiwan to closely monitor the status of the KMT proposals. It said that corporate leaders would need to understand the risks of not cooperating with a legislative investigation or engaging in behavior that could anger lawmakers.